Hey, how's everybody doing today? Good. So, who in this class has children or who owns a firearm? All right, imagine this scenario. As a combat arms instructor in the U.S. Air Force, I teach people how to safely handle firearms. And as such, everybody wants to show me their weapon or talk about firearms and so on. So one day, my next door neighbor, I live in a duplex, comes over and asks me to take a look at his firearm. So as I walk in his house. His 2-year-old daughter walks out of the bedroom. And as I walk in the bedroom, he has a firearm laying on his bed. It's a Glock 22. And as you know, Glock 22s do not have safeties on. So me being a firearms instructor, I asked him, hey, did you clear that out? He says no, and so I asked him to clear it out. He clears it out, and he has a round inside the chamber. So now, think of all the scenarios going through your head right now. That little girl, all she had to do was pick that weapon up. Today, I'm going to talk to you about weapon safety, why it's important, and finally, how to clear your weapon out properly. All right. My name's Chris Souza, and we're going to talk about firearm safety. Firearm safety. You want to treat all weapons as if they were loaded at all times. What does this mean to you? Let me tell you that anytime that you come in contact with a weapon, you need to verify that it is clear. First, you must learn how to properly clear your weapon and what you're looking for. First thing you always want to do is keep your finger off the trigger. So say this is a gun right here, trigger, everybody knows where the trigger is. Obviously, bad things can happen when you put your finger on the trigger and you haven't properly cleared the weapon out. All right. Also, you want to keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction. So normally a safe direction is if you're on the firing range, it's going to be downrange. If you're any other safe direction, probably be down the ground or up in the air. Okay. Um, and also, you always want to know what's behind your target. The bullet that you're firing is not necessarily going to stop at your target or hit what you're aiming for, because we all know some of you guys are not as good as shots as you think you are. Okay. So now that you understand some of the safety rules, let's see why it's important. So why is weapon safety important? Reason number one, if weapons are not handled properly, serious injury or death can occur. Safely handling firearms can minimize weapons-related injuries or deaths. And last, educating people on properly handled weapons can increase or help increase awareness. So, um, educating. So let's look back at that same scenario that I talked about in the beginning. If he would have understood or been educated on how to clear his weapon, which he probably was, so now we go back to awareness. Having awareness that that little girl could probably possibly grab that weapon is a big factor in all this. Like, if he's properly educated, he would know not to leave around inside the chamber and so on. So now that we know why firearm safety is important, let's show you how to properly clear your weapon. So my example today is an M9 Beretta, but any weapon you come in contact with is always or most likely going to have a safety. So safety is simply uh, safety off, safety on. Usually when you have a safety, you have the red. Red means dead or red means fire. So anytime you come in contact with a safety that has this, you want to cover up the red so you know that the safety's on. Next, you want to get rid of that source of ammunition. So you press the magazine release button and get rid of that source of ammunition. So now, no matter what you do from here, you're not contributing to the problem. Okay, you're getting rid of that source of ammunition again. Next, every weapon on it has an action or bolt or slide or chamber area that you want to look inside to make sure that the rounds are not inside the chamber area. Okay, So on this particular weapon, we have a slide lock or slide release. So I'm going to pull back the slide, and then I'm physically going to look inside the chamber for any rounds. So as you can see, there's no rounds inside there. All right, and my last step again is to check safe. All right, so it's always safe, magazine, chamber, and then check safe again. Okay. So now that you know how to properly clear a weapon, I'm sure you will feel confident in your abilities to properly handle firearms. All right. Also, another good idea is always to get the manual for the weapon that you have. But when in doubt, always look for those 4 things first. Okay. Safe, magazine out. All right. Look inside the chamber and safe again. So today we talked about weapon safety and why it's important. And finally, how to clear your weapon. Remember, anytime you come in contact with a weapon, you should always clear it out. Properly handling weapons will decrease accidental weapons discharges, cut down on injuries and mishaps. So next time someone wants to show you their weapon, or you stumble across a weapon, you will now feel confident in your ability to properly handle firearms. Thank you very much. Have a great day.